As we come to the end of 2020 and reflect on a really troubled year, we think of the verses from Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 18. Always be joyful, never stop praying, and be thankful in all circumstances. This was the year when the rug was truly pulled from underneath the world's feet. We suffered quarantine, lockdown, and sadly for many, bereavement. Suddenly in the West, we felt what it might be like to be a person suffering with leprosy. Indeed, the press and the politicians started to use the despicable L word to describe how we might be feeling. I can say, having travelled to areas of the world where people suffer with leprosy, embrace people within leprosy colonies, that this is nothing compared to the injustice and discrimination that they suffer. Jesus would still talk about their plight, about the injustice of being a person affected by leprosy if he was walking the earth today. And yet, these very communities were in touch with us, asking about you, our supporters, the people that have helped them so many times in the past, and offering to pray. And they sent videos, as did our partners in our offices across the world, thanking you and praying for you, and that felt really special. They wanted to return the blessings that you have brought into their lives. Through the lockdown, we wrote to our supporters and invited them to have the opportunity to pray with us. And what followed was an amazing blessing to me. I think one of the highlights of my year. I think I probably had conversations with more than 100 of our supporters and had the opportunity to pray with you. One lady in particular, an 87-year-old lady, had lost her husband a week before, and she hadn't seen him for the last few days of his life as he had been in hospital with COVID and wasn't allowed visitors. She was grieving alone because her daughters weren't able to visit as well. So it was an opportune time for me to call her, and I was able to pray with her. That supporter is now a good friend, and the conversations, albeit over the phone, have continued through the year, and I've had many opportunities to pray with her, and that has been a real blessing to me. There have been many conversations like that, but that just gives you a flavour of the hurt that has been felt even in our country this year, and yet you still continue to respond in incredible ways to help people affected by leprosy. Recently, through December, you will have seen on social media and through our written appeals the plight of Lovely, an amazing lady in Bangladesh who visits the Leprosy Hospital. But what you won't realise is the reason she needs to come back is the only way she can put food on our table is to go out and beg. And when she does that, she injures the stumps on her leg and she gets ulcers and she needs to keep coming back for that treatment. Much to the frustration of our doctors and nurses because they don't want to see her continually getting injured, but they offer her love and support. And you will have seen in those films that Lovely says the doctors and the nurses and the counsellors and the physiotherapists feel like her family. They feel like her parents. And you can see the smile on her face when she says that. You can really feel the comfort that she feels when she visits the Leprosy Hospital. But I want to tell you that in the prayers that you offer and the financial support that you offer, you are making this difference. You become the doctors and the nurses in Lovely's life. You become the people that bring that transformational support to her. And I just want to thank you for the difference that you are making, that you have made through 2020, and I know will continue to make in the future. You are blessing the lives of so many, and we are so grateful. As we look back at the Advent Appeal for Bangladesh, we now look forward to the work that we will be doing in Mozambique in 2021, and you'll be hearing more about that in January and the coming months. But in the meantime, I just hope you all have a wonderful Christmas day, that you will feel blessed at this precious time with families. And I just want to say thank you on behalf of the Leprosy Mission and Happy Christmas.